Hey everybody, Chris Steele here at Steel Frags, and tonight we are reviewing Aftermath Intro from Fragrance World, which is a inspiration of Initio's Side Effect. Let's get into the notes real quick, but before we do that, help me help you make the world a better smelling place. And the way we do that is by liking, subbing, sharing our experience in the comments, and just overall not being gatekeepers. It's 2024. Let's share all the beautiful fragrances with the world. Let's make the world a better smelling place. Okay. So, man, oh man. You're in for a doozy with this one. Okay. So the note breakdown is real simple. In the top, we have vanilla. In the middle, we have rum. And in the base, we have cinnamon and tobacco. Again, this is inspired by Initio Side Effect. It is unisex fragrance. We'll get into that in a second. Let's visit the scent profile in real time. Good atomizer, very wide distribution. Man, it smells better than the last time I sprayed it. So with this, right out the gate, you're going to get a heavy dose of spices. So there is cinnamon, but it is not the kind of cinnamon that you expect. It is a dusty cinnamon. Oh man, that's good. It's a dusty cinnamon with this rum, right? Now they say vanilla's in the top, but you don't really get a whole lot of vanilla coming out of the opening. It's not super sweet coming out of the opening. You get a slight sweetness, but mainly what you're getting is a whole lot of spice with some booziness, some smooth booziness, like let me see, what kind of rum? Almost like a white rum. Doesn't really, it is a little dark or deeper, but it gives you, if you've ever had, excuse me, hiccup. If you've ever had white rum, it has that white rum vibe mixed with these delicious cinnamon. And like I said, it's like a dusty cinnamon. It's not a real spicy, hot cinnamon. I hope I'm making sense. I really am. I feel like I'm off tonight, but we're going to rock with it. Dusty cinnamon, rum, and as it dries down, you do start getting the vanilla. Now, I want to let you guys know something ahead of time. This fragrance had to sit for quite a while before I decided to review it. I had sprayed it initially when I got it, wasn't all that thrilled with it, didn't really seem like much as far as performance. The scent profile was weird, and I knew that I had to let it sit. I've known that because I've had that experience with some other fragrances that I absolutely love now. In fact, when I got Lattafa's Ragba Wood Intense, I had to let that one sit like for almost 6 months before it smelled anything like what other people were smelling out of their bottles. So keep that in mind. This, you might have to let it sit, but the beautiful thing about that is that this is technically a winter fall fragrance, so it's not really in season. That means you can buy this, spray it on a little bit, and store it in your collection. Maybe occasionally test it on a test strip or spray it on your wrist or something like that. And it's a beautiful fragrance though. So this is a clone of Side Effect. I have never smelled Side Effect before, but I hear that this is pretty much true to its nature. There's quite a bit of spice. There's quite a bit of booziness. Like I said, it's like there's this white, spicy rum kind of smell, and then there is slight sweetness. As far as this being a unisex fragrance, I would not say that this is a unisex fragrance, in my opinion. This leans way more masculine because it's very spicy, very boozy. The slight sweetness, a woman could possibly pull it off, but you have to be pretty confident and it'd have to be the right kind of scenario. This, I feel, is unisex but leans more masculine. As far as performance, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I have not worn this um, for quite a while. I've had so many other fragrances to reach for. I try to get into my old fragrances, use those up before they expire or whatever. I try to use my old fragrances so that they're not just sitting in the collection. And so sometimes when I have new fragrances, they just sit for a few months, and when I get to them, I get to them. But from what I have experienced with this, I would say you get about 5 to 7 hours longevity. Now, some people have had really good experiences with this. Some people say upwards of 10 hours. I have not had that. Um, it might just be a matter that this needs to sit even longer, but I usually get about 5, 6, 7 hours on a good day. Uh, you're going to want to spray your clothes with this. Um, and as far as projection, again, this could be because my bottle is fairly new, but I don't get a whole lot of projection. It's not like screaming or anything like that, but you do get a decent, like a foot, maybe a foot of projection for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Then it dials back to a skin scent. As far as sillage, this is good sillage. You do get a good scent trail. It's not spectacular, but if people get within about a foot of you to a half a foot of you, they can pick up the scent, and it does smell really good. The scent profile is where this shines. If you like boozy fragrances, if you like spicy fragrances, this is definitely one for the collection, especially at its price. I generally try to review fragrances that are priced very well for the average person, so that we can all of us in the world can enjoy fragrances and not have to worry about whether we can pay our light phone bill or rent. So occasions, um, I can definitely see this being a wintertime staple. Once it is sat, once it is done its magic, I have faith in this one. I will be revisiting this one, but for right now, it is what it is. In fact, I have an idea to come up with a special video kind of going over that kind of process where you have these fragrances. They may not work when they first come out the bottle, but once you get them going, they get going. Um, as I'm moving my hand, I'm smelling this more and more. It smells really good. So, scenarios, occasions, um, I would definitely say if you're going to a cigar lounge, if you're going to a club, if you're going to um, somewhere where you're going to be in close proximity with other people, and especially if it's at night, something like this would just set the mood so nice. It would just, you would really make a statement with something like this. That booziness, that spiciness, that sillage, as I'm moving my hand, I can smell it more and more. So I might have to bump the points up on the sillage on this one because it's starting to smell really good. And I only sprayed like twice on my wrist. Um, you're gonna make really good impressions. This has the possibility to easily draw compliments with a scent profile like that. A lot of people, believe it or not, I believe a lot of people actually enjoy the rum note because it's a very natural smelling note. Um, a lot of times we think that fresh and citrus, and we think fruit and sweet, and we think oud and all this stuff is always going to draw compliments, which it to an extent it all that does. There is truth in that. All those do draw compliments, but that doesn't mean that boozy fragrances don't have the same capabilities of doing that, because they really do. And a lot of times when I wear boozy fragrances, I get compliments for whatever reason. Um, also, you wouldn't want to wear this at work. This is a no for work. It's just a little too sexy, a little too sexed up for the workplace. And it has that rum note, so you don't want you don't want to get written up. Um, uh, yeah, maybe clubbing. This could be definitely a club banger. Um, and just overall any kind of night activities. This is great for those night activities. Netflix and chill. I can see this really getting you in position for Netflix and chill because it just has that. It has that effect to it. It smells so good. The more I move my hand, the more it smells good. I'm not capping at all. There is no cap. I am telling you the truth. This is starting to really kick up off my wrist. I wasn't expecting that. It seems like the longer it sits, the more it kind of pushes off the wrist. Anyway, seasons. So seasons, I will keep this fall, winter, spring, early spring, possibly transitional seasons, fall and spring. Um, but would not wear this in summer. Not at all. Unless it was a really cold summer night for whatever reason, which I mean is Northern Illinois, so I don't put it past it. Man, the other week it. I'm not capping. I'm not bullshitting you. The other week it was 70 degrees in the daytime and it dropped down to about 13 degrees at night. Not only that, but it was sunny out and hot out early, and then there was a storm, and then after the storm there was snow. So if you live in if you live in that kind of environment, these can be little hat trick fragrances. In fact, I found myself wearing, I don't remember what I wore, but I know that in the morning time I wore it was like a summertime fragrance, and then the nighttime I wore like a oud fragrance. I do remember that much. Anyway, not trying to drag this video on too long. This is intro aftermath from Fragrance World. Very good fragrance, solid fragrance. If I were to rate it, I would say it's probably a good 8 out of 10. Just because the scent profile is what really makes this fragrance. If you love boozy, spicy fragrances, this will do you very well, man. And just let them sit because sometimes they have to sit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you would like to see more of this kind of content, help me help you make the world a better smelling place by liking, subbing, sharing your experiences. And with all that being said, as you guys know, have a blessed night, and I'll see you later. Till next time, peace.